So this is the rx7 in its current state as I am working on fixing it. I realized I never really made a video of my progress of my work and stuff. So there's a transmission in the trunk. I've got the Rain-X for when it rains because I don't have wipers. Anyway, this is a car from YouTube. Everybody knows the car. And it's a pretty cool car, obviously. That's why I bought it. But it was leaking oil everywhere, and ultimately it was leaking on the clutch. So I had to take it apart and fix it. So this is the exhaust for it. Those are the headers. It's the cap and wires. They were on the hood, but I took the hood off. I went in here again just to double check to make sure I remember how all the wiring goes. I think I do for the most part, except for maybe this yellow one. So Corbin, if you're watching this, I forget where this goes. I'll show you my hypothesis. And my hypothesis is that it goes right here. And I think this one runs down as a ground or something. See where it connects right there. And I'm thinking it goes here for this one. And this is the bit that goes over here to the coil. This thing goes in here like that. And I'm guessing this goes on the engine harness, obviously, and I think that's a sensor. I can't remember what it's called, but if that helps you jog your memory. This is the only wire I'm unsure about, and I don't necessarily want to just plug it in when I'm done with everything else and just fire it up and then catch the whole thing on fire or short everything or whatever. Because I remember everything else. I remember this, the EGR. I mean, all this stuff with harnesses on the end can be, I mean, it's pretty obvious. They just go right into a plug on the harness, and the ends that end in like a connector like that obviously is ground. Same with this one, these kinds. I mean, I've seen the terminal connectors on the engine block that I'm working on. So anyways, if I'm wrong, let me know so I don't burn the car down when I fire it up for the first time after letting it sit for a little while. But I thought I was almost ready to get it installed, but then I took the hood off again and I realized that it's like super messy in here, and I really kind of want to clean it up a little bit. I'm not going to paint the engine baby because that's just too tedious and there's too much crap everywhere. But I don't know, the wiring, I might be able to do something for the cable management. I almost initially wanted to like shrink wrap everything because I build computers and I could get some nice, real nice cable wrap, and then everything could be bundled and it could be really more like a harness instead of just like crazy looking colored wire everywhere, that most people have no idea where it goes or anything. I mean, obviously I remember where everything goes except for a couple wires, but I did consider like redoing these connections, maybe a little, I don't know, they seem good, but just checking all the connections and then putting a nice shrink wrap on it. So anyway, so I can show the engine, because I don't know, I mean, you built the thing, so you probably want to see it, what I've done. Just freaking heavy to turn it over, but well, I'm gonna have to maybe set the camera down. Yeah, I'm gonna have to do that. I'll just set the camera down. I don't know if it's gonna be all upside down looking or anything like that. Yeah. Okay. So, anyway, so check it out, Corbin. You can see. Let's see if I can control the sun. It's okay, I guess. You can see the intake manifold the front and back to the thick blue. Those are like the heavy duty gaskets that I bought. Had to buy a whole kit to get them, but I don't think it's going to leak from the front or back anymore, which is good because I even put black RTV on this one right here. I mean, I can't tell if the lighting is good or bad because it's really bright on the screen, but this was running down this side of the block right into the clutch and stuff, and oil was also leaking out of this thing, and I haven't fixed this yet. I'm not sure how to stop this thing from leaking. I'm not even sure how to take this off. Maybe there's a bolt underneath the hose. I haven't removed the hoses because I do want to fix that because I don't want it leaking on the header and drying up. I've reinstalled the intake manifold gaskets so you can. No, I'm making a video. It's alright. Okay. The 1250S intake manifold gaskets. I'm thinking you had like the 1250s. So these are a bit stronger. I measured. Well, I made sure to get ones that have the right ports to match the intake manifold and the heads, so they're not too small or anything. They're not the stock sizes. So they're steel core reinforced in the middle with steel, so they should hold up. They shouldn't break down like the other ones, so that's good. Kept everything oiled up, so no rust anywhere. Actually, I had the bottom end opened up too, and I was going to install a windage tray on it, but it just never fit properly, so I gave up on that and reinstalled the main caps and everything. Torqued them down. It's a little bit of like dust and stuff in these rockers, but I don't think it's going to be a problem. I mean, I kept it pretty clean. New oil pan gasket. It's the Ford Racing one. I wanted to paint the oil pan, but I never got around to it, so I ended up just doing these valve covers like you saw in the photos. I mean, the color is alright. It's Pontiac blue. I like that color. I was going to go grab a green, but I decided not to go lime green because I wasn't sure if I was going to like it, and so I knew that with the blue I would at least be okay with it. It makes it look nice. I mean, it adds some color onto the engine. My hands are oily, so I'm not going to touch them and put them on, but it looks fine. I'm going to clean out all this dirt and crap. Basically going to update my progress. What I'm going to do today is get this new flywheel and clutch all installed. It's my brother's car. So I got this pilot bearing thing. In fact, I hope they didn't lock me out because I don't have my freaking house key. No, I don't. Okay. But my room's got all my parts. So I've got the ARP flywheel bolts, ARP pressure plate bolts. Got a new pivot bearing for the bell housing because I was told mine needs replacing. What the hell are these? T5, yeah, transmission, Ford OEM new bolts. Just because you had the grade 8 ones on there, I'm sure that's fine or whatever, but I just went out and bought all new hardware. I either got ARP or Ford OEM. These are grade 8 anyway. I think these are the OEM bolts. This must be the bell housing bolts to the block. So anyway, got all the new hardware just because I like to do that. I don't see a reason not to do that. In here, I've got the Ford Racing pilot bearing and the Ford Racing throwout bearing. Yeah. Because I hear the ones that come with the clutch kits are not good. Anyway, that's what everyone says on forums, so I said, you know what the hell, I'll buy it. What are these? These are gaskets for something. Let's see. Distributor O-ring. So I got a new gasket for that. These are the actual, this is the kit that I got those front and rear intake manifold seals from. I didn't use the actual intake manifold gaskets because I bought a separate Velcro one with the right size ports, but I'm going to go ahead and use the O-ring from the distributor because I took that off, so I'll put a new gasket in there. And these are my valve cover gaskets, so Corbin, those cork ones, man, they suck.